You and us tonight, boy. Are we gonna start a fight? Boy, know this, boy. I'll be right. What's going on, few people? We are back. Know this, We are back. We are back for a new episode to start the year. Um, it's been a while. It's been a while. So we're gonna dig into a lot. We got some college football that we're gonna talk about. We got some NFL. We definitely gonna dig into because today is Judgment Day for a lot of teams. For some other teams, it's where you gonna be drafting at. So we're gonna dig into all of that. What's going on, C?
What's going on, good people, man? It's a great day of football, man. Excellent day of football.
First of all, I gotta see it. Are you still mourning, brother? Are you still
No,
mourning?
man.
I thought
We got.
I gotta check on you, bro. I gotta check on you. I know your Georgia Bulldogs didn't work out for your Georgia Bulldogs the way you thought it was gonna work out.
I mean, we had a hell of a season. We the champions of the best conference in the college football. We came up short. We came up short. I was wrong about my backup quarterback. He wasn't the guy I thought he was. We just had a
That's
lot
his
of.
first start though, right?
Yeah, it was his first ever start in a playoff game, and I don't want to make excuses because cats, you know, cats, go at you when you make excuses. But my head coach's father passed away the night of the game, so
Yeah, that's
you
that's
know
rough.
it's,
That's
mhm.
rough. That's rough for sure.
We had a lot going on in the program. We had a guy who was in the portal, left the portal during the game. Like it was a lot of internal issues in the program. So
So I got
I'm
a
in
question
all,
for you.
I'm in all these Georgia fan groups, and these cats is all, oh, we this is this and that, and they causing uproar. Bro, look at the brace set. We won the SEC. We had the toughest schedule in America by far, and we had all this stuff going on. Man, it was a successful season. We'll be back stronger and better next year.
Well, I got a question for you to kind of follow up on that. What do you think about the 12 team format?
I think the 12 team format is awful. Um,
Is it because certain teams should have got in and didn't, or is it
it
because it's
it
too
should
many
it
teams?
should it's just too many teams. It should be
I
eight.
agree. I
I
agree.
mean that little first round bye stuff. It should be eight teams.
I agree.
And this is if y'all want me to be completely truly honest with you, and that bye hurt Georgia. The most shocking thing about the whole bye was we didn't have anybody arrested for street racing or doing something illegal.
There's four teams
You
that got a bye. They didn't win, right?
you're asking college kids to take a week off. How is that going to be successful? There's no telling what they did during that week.
But
We
it's
saw
supposed to be an
we saw
advantage though, because
interviews.
of injuries, right?
Our injuries ended up hurting us. I mean, our injuries didn't make a difference. We didn't have nobody coming back. Oregon's quarterback was high off life doing the interview. There was no telling what he did with a week off.
Well,
So
I
it,
was here's what I would say. Scott on.
I'm listening.
What's going on, Chris?
No, what's going on? See what
What's
y'all
going
talking
on,
about.
brother?
I see what y'all talking about today.
We talking about college football right now.
Oh, so I ain't gonna be able to help y'all with that one. Not too much. Y'all talking about the draft?
No, we talking about more the format. Like, is it working? Is the 12 team? Is it too much, or is it not enough? What you think?
I think they need to get the seating together. They get the seating right. I think it'll be strapping 12 teams.
What
It's
about the
cool
season? What's wrong with the season?
because they got teams in there. Because they do it. What they do it based off of was it conference winners or something like that.
Yeah.
mhm.
I mean, just because you win a conference don't mean that you one of the top teams. Like you just won. Your conference could be weak. You know what I mean? And you get in the playoff and get blown out. So it's just they got to redo the
Indiana.
season, bro.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? They got to
Indiana
redo
won
the
the top.
season there.
Hold on, Indiana won the top 14 though.
it
I think
don't matter, bro. Listen, my biggest gripe about the playoff, and I'm keep it all the way 100. Nobody wanted to see Indiana or SMU in there.
Yeah, nah.
Like, let's be real. SMU was in there because they got billionaire donors, and the
And
billionaire said, "Put us in."
I didn't even know Indiana
Indiana
had a
got in there
football
because
team.
they was a feel good.
You didn't know Indiana had a football team.
Indiana a basketball state, bro.
Yeah,
I didn't know Indiana had a football
It is,
team.
but don't do that. Indiana had some good football years in the past, bro. Don't do that. It's like saying you didn't know North Carolina had a football team, bro.
Hey, to be honest with you, hey, if it wasn't for Drake May and Bill Belichick, I wouldn't know that shit either. Because who else came out of North Carolina that I know? I think the
that's
last
what I'm
person
saying.
I
Like
The guy that's playing
nobody
for
want
Buffalo
to
right
see
now,
that.
Mitchell Trubisky.
Hakeem Nicks, bro. That's the only person I recognize out of UNC.
But you know though, so you being disrespectful
Yes.
right now.
Like, but again, we don't want to see Indiana playing football in the highest level, and then this whole playoff thing. Okay, my bias is about to show. There's no chance that it will be multiple SEC teams in the second round. Literally,
Hey, y'all gotta take care of business though. Ain't nobody feeling
it
sorry
ain't no
for y'all.
taking care of business.
Ain't nobody feeling sorry for the SEC, bro.
We have a tough conference schedule, and then we got to come up. We got, first of all, the coldest game in Texas football history was Halloween weekend playing Kentucky. It was 50 degrees. To put that in perspective, Tennessee had to go to O State in December. And all that yak and all these cats ain't wearing shirts and they ready. Man, any football coach in America looked at them on the opening kickoff and saw them cats didn't want to touch nobody. They was done. They was cooked in.
But y'all the SEC though.
Bro, and
Y'all
again,
the SEC. It should be easy money, right? Y'all have, I mean,
man,
let's
come
call
on,
it what it is. Let's call it
Come
what
on,
it
bro.
is. SEC ain't looking that good right now, bro.
That has nothing to do with
Y'all
it.
ain't performing very, very good right now in bowl games or
this ain't. First of all, we had the most bowl wins of any conference.
That's fine. We talking right now. We talking
We
right
have
now.
the
That
bowl.
don't help you.
This bowl
That don't
season.
help you right now. Is what I'm
This
saying,
bowl
bro.
season, we have the most wins for any conference. So all this
I
notion
don't.
of yes, we do.
Who's won? Y'all have like 2 or 3 wins during bowl season.
That's not true. That's not again. Cats just want to. There's a narrative like SEC loses is highlighted. 5 SEC teams won, 1 loss, and it's oh my God, the SEC's on a down year. SEC is on a down year. I'm not saying they're not, but we still have the most wins for a conference in bowl season. You can look the shit up. I'm not just speaking out my ass. Like, look it up. But again, back to the point, the weather is a factor for the SEC. Kids who've never been on a plane, country bumpkins who've never seen snow, out here playing in 50 degrees. Well, not even 50 degrees. We would hope 50 degrees. That's not a competitive advantage. And then
that's cap, bro. As of 2 days ago, the Big Ten has the best record with 9 wins.
What's their record?
95.
What SEC got? Don't they got 9?
8 and 6.
1 off. 1 off. Okay.
Hey,
my bad.
You're wrong. You're wrong.
My bad. I'm wrong. I'm 1 off. So this notion of the SEC is on the downfall. Come on, man. We number 2. So, I forgot the game last night. Matter of fact, Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it was. But anyway, you got cats ain't used to this cold, man, and that's not an excuse or nothing. But it is what it is. And in college football, there's no advantage like home field advantage like college football. There's no reason. Like, why do you get a home game? It should be a neutral site game.
I definitely feel like if they stay with the 12 team, I definitely feel like those top 4 teams should get a regular season game for sure. Home game.
Like what was the benefit of the 4 teams with a bye? They got to
give you a bye. For you not to have to play an extra game. How is that not an advantage for you not to have to play an extra game?
It's college. What did you do in college for a week when you had nothing else to do? What did you do after exam week in college?
Okay, here's what I'm gonna push back on. Because normally, under the old rules, right? Didn't they get a whole month off? You complain about a week. You complain about a week right now.
How did that look?
You complaining about a week right now. This had a whole month.
How did that look? You're not answering the question.
Nobody complained about the way the playoffs look.
How did the bye weeks look? Like the product before. How did it look before? The first half, the games were horrible. That's because of rust.
No, I ain't gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that at all. No,
I'm
I ain't
saying,
gonna say
what
that.
is the bye week is counterproductive. Either no bye week or neutral site games. Really, there was no benefit in Georgia getting a week off to go to. We
I'll
got
say
that
this.
bum of a backup QB an extra week to still suck and only be able to throw slants.
I'll say this. It should be only 8 teams. Period.
It should be 18.
I think 12 teams is too much. I think you worried about, this person saying whatever. This team saying, oh, we deserved it. Ain't nobody that shouldn't be nobody 9 or 10 talking about we gonna win a natty. Not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Nobody's gonna sit up there and put up a fight over the 9th seed.
Eighth seed is about to win the natty.
Yeah, so 8 teams I think is perfect.
That's the seeding, bro.
It's the seed.
That's why I said they need to figure that seeding out.
Because let's be real. Oregon got screwed big time.
Having to play Ohio State.
Yes. We said before the season that $20 million roster was the most talented roster in the nation. Sure. O State's only flaw is the coaching staff. This is a general thing.
Too, but I would say
Will Howard's not a quarterback. He's just a guy. But
yeah.
But again, and of course, people are gonna say, "Well, Michigan beat them." Again, that's coaching. That's coaching. O State, there's no coaches left that's gonna outcoach Ryan Day, which is sad.
Hold on. Didn't you just tell me this last time we was on that Ryan Day wasn't a great coach? You told me that he wasn't a top 5 coach. So now of the guys that's left, you're saying that they can't outcoach Ryan Day?
That's exactly what I'm saying. 2 things can be true at once.
That's crazy.
Steve Sarkisian is a great offensive mind, but when it comes down to making decisions, we just watched him almost lose to Arizona State. Marcus Freeman, God love him. Go black man, go. Do your thing.
Slander Marcus. Don't you dare you will not slander Marcus Freeman on this podcast.
First of all, just because you look like the Temu version of him don't mean you got to be a fan, okay?
Hey, relax, bro.
But Marcus Freeman is Marcus Freeman. Let's not forget he lost to Northern Illinois. Let's not forget this is his second and third bowl win since he's been in Notre Dame.
He's only been there 3 years, bro.
So he's lost 2 years in a row in bowl games.
Okay.
They haven't won. He hasn't won a big game until.
It takes time to build a program, bro.
And then don't get me started on James Franklin and his bum resume. So again, Ryan Day can't.
We don't slander black college football coaches. It's just him, bro.
I didn't slander him. It's just the facts. Like we got a bunch of cats listen. Ryan Day is the Bill Belichick of the mess up coaches. And we got 4 mess up coaches. So he's not going to get out coached by none of these guys.
You're trying to fix it, bro. You're trying to fix it. It ain't going to work, bro.
But I'm just saying, where's the lie? Marcus
Freeman wasn't successful.
This is the same Marcus Freeman that lost.
He's a young coach. He's a young coach. If you want to say he's a young coach, then just say that. But don't sit up there and say he's a mess up coach after 3 seasons, bro. Don't do that. Don't do that.
James Franklin never wins a big game ever.
That was said about Harbaugh, and you saw what he was able to do last year, right?
I mean, signs the GOAT DC, my favorite black coach, Mr. Moore. I mean, Harbaugh had a lot with him.
We're not going to bring up Sharon Moore.
18 draft picks or whatever y'all had. Like, bro, Harbaugh had a lot. Sark.
No, don't bring up Sharon.
Sark, the alcoholic Sark.
Bro, that's a motherfucker that rehabilitated his image quick.
That's what I'm saying. Like we gonna forget you wasn't in AA.
Hey,
got nothing to do with him as a head coach, bro. Got nothing to do with him as a head coach. I
mean, what do you mean it don't? He still be making drunk decisions.
It don't. I feel like we got one of the best owners in the in the world, but Buddy likes getting pleasure at houses.
Hey man,
everybody has their flaws, bro.
Hey man, when you make drunk decisions on national television, listen, we beat Texas twice. We didn't have near enough to beat them twice. He made drunk decisions 2 games in a row. He made him versus Arizona State.
I think you overrated Texas.
I'm not overrating Texas, man. That's
So you got Ohio State winning. Is basically what you're saying.
Texas has to play perfect to win that game. Texas is not going to play perfect because the quarterback and the mess up head coach are not going to be perfect. So there's that. So again, Ryan Day.
I don't think they have to play perfect, but
they have to play perfect.
I disagree. I think what they will have to do is Texas has got to beat themselves. They got to play good defense, and they got to let Ohio State make bad decisions. Like don't get hit in the mouth early. Because we all know
something.
Huh?
With Sarkisian's offense, guess what? Texas had the number one defense. So they play defense. What's Texas's issue?
Offensively, they're due for a big explosion on offense, bro. Due.
If Buddy put down the cognac, maybe he would.
He can call plays, bro. You just said he's a great offensive mind. He can call.
He's one of the best we've seen in college.
He can dial it up. That's what I'm saying. Texas is due. I'm not writing them off at all.
There's no difference between him and Lane Kiffin.
I'm hoping those are the two. Texas and Notre Dame. That's what I'm hoping. That's what I'm hoping we get. Texas
First
and Notre
Dame. This you, Mr. Pro Black, Mr. Martin Luther King Day, you actually watched his I Have a Dream speech. Listen, you black, bro. We not about to root for Notre Dame openly like this.
Why?
We not about to do.
What you want? You want me to say Penn State? Both the two black coaches are coaching against each other, bro. I gotta pick one.
We not about to.
I gotta pick one.
We not about to openly root for Notre Dame. One, you're a Michigan fan, and two, these cats did have convicts versus the Catholics. The history of Notre Dame football is not kind to black people.
It's not.
We're not about to just openly root for them.
Things change. Things change, brother.
No, you just you hate showing. You bias showing.
Who am I hating on? Who's hating on?
This is your the Block O or whatever that goofy up north, down south, I-71 rivalry is. It's not a rivalry. Y'all done won the last 5, 6.
Yeah, I have no animosity towards Penn State. I don't know what you're talking about.
Not Penn State. Nobody talking about no Penn State rape you. Like nobody talking
about.
You don't want Old State to win. And it's
what does that have to do with Notre Dame, though?
You're hoping Notre Dame wins it. Notre Dame has literally the worst
what does that have to do with Notre Dame? You brought up Ohio State. They're not playing Ohio State. What are we talking about?
You just said you wanted Notre Dame in Texas. So you were assuming Notre Dame's just going to win and then win the Natty. Notre Dame really has the worst chance of the teams left to win the Natty. They literally have the worst chance.
So you don't think Notre Dame can beat Penn State?
I think Notre Dame is going to beat Penn State because James Franklin is.
So how is that? That don't even make sense.
He's the Zach Taylor of the mess ups.
That don't even make sense. Then you sitting up here telling me that they have the worst chance, but you're picking them over Penn State. Wouldn't that be third at least? That's second because they're going to play in the national championship game.
Famo, I'm literally telling you, James Franklin is the Zach Taylor of the mess up.
So you just said they have the worst.
He's going to mess this up.
Okay, so you just said they had the worst chance, and then you said James Franklin's going to lose.
Roster wise, talent wise, Notre Dame ain't got no talent. Their talent is limited, dog.
You say it was. What?
Their talent is limited. Marcus Freeman, the one thing he got goes for him, he can coach defense, he can coach special teams, and he's an excellent motivator. Now, what he has in those categories, he lacks in recruiting so far. But it's year 3, so we'll give him a pass.
Thank you.
Now, Penn State, they ain't got nothing on that team but Abdul Carter, and that's it.
Whatever, bro. Let's get into the NFL, bro. So we can so Chris can get in this conversation. All right. So let's attack the elephant in the room real quick. The Bengals won yesterday. Big win.
First of all, I need an NFL investigation.
Wow.
Number 9 had a concussion. Number 9 had a concussion.
I definitely feel like if there was anybody else, they'd have been pulled out that game.
Number 9 had a concussion.
But
and
I don't think it had anything to do with them winning.
No,
He didn't do shit.
my guy Pickens lost the game yesterday. He was paid.
Absolutely. Well, I'll get into Pickens in a minute, but I don't think I don't put that on Pickens.
I don't know who else you can put it on.
Arthur Smith.
Boy, that nigga is trash.
That was a horrible game plan. I've never seen a team cook a team for 40-something points and then come back and do the exact opposite of what worked the first time. I've never seen it happen.
Well,
in his
defense, holiday season just ended. You know, his daddy, the CEO of FedEx, so he had a lot on his mind. So, again, he's not a football guy. He's a billionaire who just likes to play with stuff.
That's where you went with that. That's where you went with that. But yeah, that was some of the worst play calling I think I've seen in a while. Obviously, Russell Wilson didn't play well, but
I don't think Russell Wilson played bad.
He had some moments. He had some moments where you sit up there.
When your number one receiver goes 0 for 6, what's bad? On fourth in the game, you throw a dot to your tight end who's supposed to be
but what happened those previous 2 plays? Can we go back to that? On first down, you rush for what, 4 yards? Those 4 yards was so worth it to get instead of killing the clock, just throwing the ball out of bounds. That's the first thing you did, and then you took a sack on second down.
Russell Wilson
took a bad sack. You took a bad sack on second down.
But with that being said, he threw a dot on 4th down. He made up for it. Russell Wilson did. Russell Wilson's going to make 4 mistakes
because
we
don't know. We don't know exactly what happens if Fryer catches that pass. Because it's 16 seconds.
We do.
We get 16 seconds on the clock. So you got to go out. You got to hurry up and get up there and spike it. And we don't know where that ball lands. Is it at the 50? Do you have enough time to either kick a field goal or do you have to throw a Hail Mary?
Let's do this.
Oh no, that would be a field goal, bro.
As football fans, there's a couple things we know. We know we hate kickers, right? But we know if we're gonna like a kicker, we're gonna like Boswell and Harrison Butker.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Them two are what kickers are supposed to be. You go out there, they ask you to kick the ball and put it through the uprights. Those two do. That's what they do. So he would have done that. Point blank, period. So I need an NFL investigation because number 9 was concussed, never came out the game. Never. That was complete.
They finished the season with 5 straight wins. They did exactly what I predicted they were going to do. So I'm happy for them. Great season. Well, not great season. Good season. Good way to end it.
No, it was a great season because they lost to the Patriots.
Do y'all think they get in though?
NFL's trying.
Because they need.
If Denver loses this game today, I swear to God.
Hey,
NFL is trying.
They definitely trying, bro.
If Denver loses this game today, we need to start investigating NFL.
The fake freeze storm in Kansas City. Where the Chiefs couldn't get on the plane, gave them extra motivation.
Sleepy and everything.
It just gave them extra motivation, man. And then, could this be Aaron Rodgers' last game? Could he retire?
I think the Jets definitely about to cook Miami.
Like again, we trying.
The Jets would definitely. I don't know what the hell happened to Tua all of a sudden that he's not playing. It's the weirdest thing ever.
I'm telling you, the NFL doing it. NFL's doing it.
I have no idea what's going on in Miami, but Denver had. I'm gonna say this and be honest with you. If the Denver Broncos nut this up, we got to have a conversation about Sean Payton, bro.
We've been had to have a conversation about Sean Payton.
3 straight weeks for him to clinch. 3 straight weeks for him to clinch. He's controlled his own destiny.
Listen, I know the Broncos fans don't hate to hear this, but minus Bountygate, what has Sean Payton done? Except be Steve Sarkisian of the NFL.
It's been a solid coach.
He makes the worst cap decision in NFL history.
Was that him? Because I don't.
No. He's done it at multiple locations.
My question is that him? I don't think he's a GM. I don't think he's a GM. These motherfuckers about to piss me off.
Um,
New England about to piss me off.
So name the owner for the Saints.
What you trying? You want New England to lose?
We'll get to that.
What you, you need the top pick, bro?
But
Need
name,
all the
who's the
help I
owner of
can
the
get, brother.
Saints? Who's the owner of the Saints?
I don't know his name.
Gail Benson. Do you think Gail Benson is making personnel decisions?
That's no owner makes personnel decisions. What are you talking about?
Okay, who's the GM?
I have no clue.
Is it James
It was
Jones
Sean
still?
Payton.
Oh,
That's
It was
New
Sean
Orleans, the
Payton.
Pelicans. It's the Pelicans, bro.
hold on, wait. I'm because he asked about the Suns, and then like, bro, I'm trying to follow what he's saying.
Now, who was the GM of the Denver Broncos?
Is John Elway still?
He was the president. I don't know if he's definitely making personnel decisions for sure.
Sam Walton. Like, guys, Sean Payton kills cap. He's a cap killer. This is what he does everywhere he goes.
I'm not getting putting that on show.
Okay, you don't have
I'm
to.
not putting that on show.
Everywhere he goes, the cap just blows up. It's not a coincidence. It's him. So, is he overrated? I mean, again, another great offensive mind, but like a Lane Kiffin, somebody needs to coach him. Sean Payton needs a coach for himself.
Right.
So, is Denver going to blow it? Absolutely.
Speaking of overrated, though, we got to start having a conversation about Mike Tomlin.
What's
Ooh.
the conversation that we need to have?
We need to have a conversation about Mike.
What's the conversation?
So 7 years without a playoff win, bro. If they don't win a playoff game this year, I'm done giving him passes, bro. I'm done.
What's the pass?
What do you mean? What's the pass? We've all just said he's a great coach, but that's intentional grounding. That's intentional
Bro,
grounding.
no, it's not. Listen,
That's
leave my team
intentional
alone.
grounding, bro. That's intentional
Hey, man,
grounding, bro.
Go eat some clam chowder and leave my team alone.
Thank you.
Eat some clam
I'm
chowder.
sorry, y'all.
and
I'm
leave my team
watching
alone.
the Pats game and doing this at the same time.
Yes, and you on BS.
But serious question though. Like, how long of a leash do we give a guy who's gone? Who else can go 7 straight years and not win a playoff game?
The Cowboys have went 20 straight years without a playoff win. But
we talk.
this
You understand what organization you just brought up, right?
Yeah. But the difference is though, once you win a championship, bro, you are solidified in that organization.
I don't know. But
unless you're Doug Peterson, I don't know what the was going on with Doug Peterson. But outside of that, though, if you win a championship for an organization, you solidified there. He been twice.
We gotta really talk about this. Like a Cat won.
I don't.
He made it to the playoffs with Mason Rudolph as his quarterback.
He hasn't had a quarterback since Big Ben too.
That's what I'm saying. They just generational quarterbacks leave. You don't just replace them with others.
Yeah, that Green Bay model is.
In that instance, though, we just fired Bill Belichick. There's a standard that you have to allude to at some point. At some point, you have got to be.
Belichick, and you want the guy who you just said, "Oh, Marcus Freeman only had 3 years. We can't talk about him." But he ain't even had a full season, and you want him fired.
I'm not even going. I'm not. What, bro? You all over the place. I'm not talking about Gerard right now. I'm talking about.
But it's the same concept.
No, it's not.
You want this cat fired off.
Bro, stay on top, bro. Stay on top. We'll get to that. Stay on top. The point of it is Mike Tomlin has built in a ton of equity with Pittsburgh, right? But when does that equity leave? When does that equity run out?
Oh.
When the Rooney family said, though, bro. Because they had 3 coaches. What? 3 coaches in their whole history? They're not firing that man.
But hold on. Didn't they say this came out of their mouth before the season started? They said they didn't want to see him. They didn't want to see another season where they go 1 and out. No playoff wins. That came from the owner. So that expectation, that ceiling, they put the ceiling right where it needed to be. Win a playoff game.
I'm sorry, have the playoffs started?
Who would be
Are
that
you
first
taking them
round
against
matchup?
Buffalo? No, not Buffalo. Baltimore.
No,
Nah.
they
getting smoked. No, they would play Baltimore. I've been listening to it all morning. They would play Baltimore. They can't go no higher than 6, I think.
Texans would be the.
They're 4th. Yeah, they would play Baltimore and get smoked. with the way they're playing offense right now. Anybody taking it? I mean, anybody on this podcast taking them to beat Baltimore next week?
I thought they got the Texans, so
I think he got such a long leash because of the quarterback situation, bro. I really do. Like if he had Big Ben doing this shit, it's something different. But
The Big Ben
quarterback
was part of that, wasn't
I think
He
it might have
was
been for
part
like
of
a year or two.
it? A couple of those years was Big Ben that you did not win a playoff game. This ain't just been all backup quarterbacks.
The
Or
last time they
quarterbacks
won a
like
Super Bowl, what was that, 2008?
2008 or 9, and
And they went back in 2010.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you got to do
Yeah.
something.
How much is that equity? How much does that equity get you? I gotta ask that question. I love Mike Tomlin, but
now you
at
love
what?
Mike Tomlin.
I,
Talking all this about
I've
this
never.
black coaching.
But it's not. I gotta keep it a buck. At what point does that equity run out? It's a solid question.
But you also got to think, like, what are the alternatives? Who would you put in
Thank
that
you.
spot?
That's what I was going to say.
Who would I put?
What are the alternatives?
What's the alternative to Mike Tomlin? He ain't never had a losing season. So what's the alternative? What other coach?
That's the thing.
And that's the
where you
thing.
got-
But that's the
that's
thing
the
with
thing.
Pittsburgh, though, because they don't do that. They don't fire coaches. They've had 3 coaches in their history, bro. So if you fire Mike Tomlin, you got to put somebody in there who you comfortable sitting with for the next 10, 15, 20 years.
I agree. But at what point does fear, the fear of the unknown, become less than? Bruh, I'm tired of us not doing what we supposed to, what our standard is, because our standard is Super Bowl. At what point does that fear start to outweigh the standard that you've put in that organization?
I feel like once you get a quarterback, because right now you got Joe
got
Burrow in
journeyman.
Cincinnati and you got Lamar Jackson in Baltimore. They're not going nowhere. So you always gonna be second, third tier as long as them 2 quarterbacks in the division. If you don't have a quarterback, you need one. Until he gets a quarterback, I think that
I disagree with that. But
if he had, for example, if he had Philly's team and he was losing like this, oh yeah, he out of there.
Yeah.
He out of there. But he don't have a quarterback, bro.
You don't have a quarterback. Despite your love for Just Run Field, who got proven that he's just about his stats, what I've been saying.
how do you prove that? He's 4-2 as a starter. He's
Bro,
got a better winning. He's got a better winning percentage this season than Russell Wilson now does.
Okay. So he threw for.
So what are we talking
4
about?
games. He threw for.
You just talked about stats.
300
now you're bringing up
yards and ran
stats.
for
Now you're
300.
bringing up stats. You said he was just worried about his stats. Now you're about to bring up stats.
Because he doesn't make
Instead
winning
of winning.
plays. They're winning games
They
6-3.
went 4-2. They went.
Winning 6-3. They went 1-6.
But you just contradicted the hell out of yourself.
So
You said he don't
that's
make one in
sustainable.
4-2.
That's sustainable.
It's
That's
4-2.
sustainable.
How do you debate 4-2, bro?
That's sustainable. I'm asking the question.
I don't know.
Was how he
We
was
don't know
playing
how much-
sustainable?
We don't know how much better he gets. He's a young quarterback. It was his first time in that offense. We don't know.
Younger,
don't
he's
know.
5 years in. So so give him the same pass as Mac Jones because they're in the same class, right? Mac Jones has been in the playoffs, bro. Yeah. How you saying
Jones-
now?
No.
Your bias is showing.
Hold on.
They both stink.
Hold on. Mac
They
Jones.
both stink.
Hold on.
One beat the
Mac
other one in
Jones-
the national
Mac
championship.
Jones made the playoffs exclusively because of that defense and coaching. We
What
all
the
know
hell
that.
do you think they were
We all know
4-2
that.
for?
We all okay.
How the hell was the Steelers 4-2?
He didn't make winning plays?
No, nigga.
Because
6-3
last time
don't make winning plays. It was
Because last time I checked,
Hey,
they've
man.
lost. They've lost
run
six
till
games
Chris
with Russell
Boswell
Wilson.
can kick.
They've lost 6 games with Russell Wilson, correct?
He's played more. And the schedule
They are
changed. Come
almost
on,
a
man.
500
Don't.
team. They're almost a 500 team with that boy with Russell Wilson at the helm.
And they had 2 games versus the Bengals, 2 games versus the Ravens. Stop the nonsense, man.
You gotta win.
Your
games,
bias
bro.
is showing.
You gotta win football games, bro. But you brought up Justin Fields. I'm just talking about Mike Tomlin.
And Mike Tomlin was the one who told you, like, hey, man, this is not a sustainable way to win football games. Winning 6-3, hoping to get Boswell in field goal range.
Okay, so is Russell Wilson sustainable? Because we're seeing that's not either.
Are they not in the playoffs?
Pittsburgh season was doomed. Pittsburgh season was doomed as soon as they hired Arthur Smith, bro.
Yeah, that was
they seen what he did in Atlanta and said, you know what?
Who hired Arthur?
I like that. I need to bring that.
Who hired Arthur Smith? Who hired
Mike Tomlin.
Mike Tomlin.
But as soon as he did that, that season was a wash.
So does he not get any culpability for that?
He do.
For constantly hiring these offensive coordinators who cannot call plays.
He do. He get it for that.
Okay.
But also, like I said, it goes back to the quarterback situation. That's where it starts.
So
you're trying
at this point, not to cut you off, bro.
Are you good?
Go ahead, my bad.
I'm saying you bring in a guy that's tried to maximize what you have on your roster.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember who they had. Who did they have last year in Atlanta? Was it Desmond Ritter they was playing with?
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
wasn't Mariota. Mariota wasn't there, but it was Desmond Ritter and somebody else. They benched him. They benched Ritter for somebody.
So I think the thought process
Mariota quit mid-season.
The thought process behind bringing in Arthur Smith was like, all right, we have mobile quarterbacks. We got a decent running back. He's not Bijan Robinson, but he's okay. Let's try to get this going with this. Run the ball, play defense. It didn't work out. Arthur Smith was never a good play caller to me. We seen it last year. So, bro, I would say 20% of this is an Arthur Smith hire. The other 80% is just him not having a quarterback.
Yeah.
That's how I would break it down.
So how long does he get that leash for that excuse for not having a quarterback?
Until he get one.
What you mean?
So essentially, he can just not have a quarterback and be cool. Is what you're telling me?
So this is the thing. He cannot have a quarterback.
Because here's my thing, though. Here's my thing. Mike Tomlin, they're never going to be bad enough to pick high in the draft.
Why aren't they going to be bad?
Never. They are never going to be high enough to pick.
And it's because of Mike Tomlin.
Why aren't they going to be bad enough?
Absolutely. I give him credit
about?
for the team always being good and being in contention. But at what point? But to me, again, we have to take into account the organization. If this was the Cincinnati Bengals, you'd be fine. If this was the Detroit Lions, you would be fine. But at what point does the standard that is in Pittsburgh, you sit up there and say, wait a minute, like you're not doing what we expect you to be able to do?
So this is the thing. I think we need to define what that standard is, because right now the standard is not championship, because they ain't won in 12
It
plus
should
years.
be. It should be.
It should be for every organization. But the standard in Pittsburgh is don't have a losing season, because that's the standard he set for however long he's been there. Now you finish season 8 and 9, then they're gonna start looking like, hold on, you falling off. 9 and 8, you good. 10 and 7, you good. Any less than 8 wins is gonna be a problem. So he's good as long as he's getting 8+ wins and doesn't have a quarterback.
Whatever, man.
I'm just trying to figure out. We did it. Our last topic was the love for black coaches, and then now is we got to hate on a black coach.
Who's hating?
Told to stay
Who's hating? Who's hating? I'm trying to figure out who the heck is hating. I asked a simple question. Simple question. I asked a simple question.
Jumped off the deep end with that, though.
Yeah, bro. I asked a simple. I didn't even say Mike Tomlin should be fired. I've never said it. Didn't see it. But I said there should definitely be a conversation had around Mike Tomlin. The conversation is fair. Is it not?
Yeah, I think it is. But at the end of the day, the conversation can be fair, but it's not going to be productive. At the end of the day, he's winning games. However he's doing, he's winning games. Now, once he gets a quarterback, and you just need a quarterback, bro. At the end of the day, the goal is to win games. Then you see what happens after that. The standard in Pittsburgh is 500 or better.
Let's go, Pat.
I'm trying to figure out how is that the standard, though?
Because that's what he said it at. They ain't won a Super Bowl since 2008.
But last time I checked, they're tied for the most Super Bowl championships in history, right? They got 6 of them. That's like saying the standard in LA is not championship. It's championship.
The difference is
for the Lakers, it's the standard is championship, is it?
The difference in that is they just won one. They won one not too long ago. The standard changes with time.
Now you counting a bubble ring, bro?
No, I'm not. I'm just historical. But you already know how I feel about it, bro. For the purpose of this conversation, they just won a championship, bro. But when it comes to Pittsburgh, the standard's going to change over time. Like, all right, We won our championship in 2008. Went back in 2010. We haven't been close since. So what are we doing that's showing us progress? We're still winning. We haven't changed our coach. Teams change, players change. We haven't changed our coach. Our standard now is being at 500 and getting in the playoffs. Let Pittsburgh miss the playoffs for 2 years, bro, and then it's gonna be a problem.
Here's the other thing. Here's my other critique, small critique of Mike Tomlin. The receiver room. What the hell is in the water in the receiver room? Under Mike Tomlin recently.
I don't.
What's in the what is going on? You went from George Pickens, Deontay Johnson,
Pittsburgh always has a weird ass receiver.
Antonio Brown. What is in that
Emmanuel
water?
Sanders, but
I don't understand it. But Shannon Sharp said something months ago. He said it months ago. It might have been last year. He said if you're not allowing the behavior, you're condoning it. By allowing the behavior, you're condoning it. For Mike, to me, it's always he lets guys beat him. He tells them, okay, you can be you, and he gives them a long leash until they do some bullshit that they can't come back. And then you get a guy like, this is why I said we're gonna hold on Pickens. You get a guy like Pickens, this guy's a nutcase, bro. When you got teammates constantly having to get you back in line, it's a problem, bro. What is a problem? And at what point does Mike Tomlin be like, bro, you gotta go?
Let's do this real quick. So, and I'm gonna piggyback off this. So Pickens, and then because we discussed the team a little bit ago, the Bengals, Jermaine Burton. Jermaine Burton had Kirby Smart and Nick Saban as a coach.
Okay.
They couldn't contain his ego, his behavior off the field. He's at that point he's undraftable. Now Pickens, you got Kirby Smart again, who came from a Nick Saban tree, and Kirby got cachet. He couldn't be controlled. I remember as a Pats fan, we sitting there, we had that pick. I'm like, we can't. And Pickens my guy. He's a dog. He's my guy. I was like, we can't draft him. He can't. You get that man with his behavior without getting millions. Now you giving him millions. He's undraftable. And that I don't like receivers or divas. But Pickens is taking this to a whole nother level. You did all that about Russell Wilson. We ain't on the same page. He needed to get on the same page as me. Bro, he put 6 in your hands. You put 6 of them on the turf.
Goes back to the quarterback, bro. Everybody tired of that quarterback situation in Pittsburgh. I can guarantee you, George Pickens had somebody like Josh Allen, Mahomes, Baker Mayfield, somebody like that. I won't hear none of this. It's the quarterback situation.
The perfect spot for George Pickens is actually Green Bay.
With Jordan Love?
Mm-hmm.
That'll work too. He just need to play with a quarterback. Somebody's gonna get
Jordan
him the ball.
Love is decent enough. They got a coach that's not gonna tolerate the BS, and he's a good offensive mind. And you can't get in no trouble in Green Bay.
What would you get for Jordan? What would you get for Pickens right now?
As far as draft capital?
Because he's got 1 year left under his rookie deal.
I'll probably say third
or fourth, but
third or fourth.
Which is that's crazy to say about a guy who's a first round. I mean, not first round for a guy who's a number one receiver. Because that's what Pickens is. He's a number one. He's just unhinged.
He's Pickens.
He's a number one, but he's unhinged. But that's crazy to say for a guy that's like. That's why I say I think Pittsburgh is in a tough spot. Because do you pay? Because he definitely gonna want his money this year. He's in he can start talking extension this year.
Good. I think he'd be nice in Houston too.
Well, it's a cat that won a Triple Crown that we tried to talk extension with, but who cares? Teams will talk to you when they feel like it.
I mean, but you teams typically don't let you get to your last year of your deal.
Real team.
But don't throw shots at them right now, man.
I didn't throw no shot.
I wonder, can they franchise over 2 years?
They can. I mean, but the franchise tag is what, 21.5 million?
Oh, I don't know.
That's how much T got. That's why I'm saying that. That's how much T got.
The franchise is 28.
Then why is T only getting 21.5 this year? He's on a franchise tag.
Can that franchise did he find a franchise last year?
Technically, they can, but when you do it for a second season, the price goes up. So you're around 26, 27 million next year.
Yeah.
So,
They better make a
which is
decision,
why,
boy.
obviously, obviously, um, okay, okay. So I'll let Mike Tomlin go for a minute. Let's talk Pats real quick, bro. Since the game is on, we got 4 minutes left.
Okay.
The talk coming out of Adam Schefter. I'm only doing this because Adam Schefter reported this morning. The talk coming from Adam Schefter is that Gerard Mayo could be fired.
All right. Let me know when I can skip Bayless
Go ahead.
Unleash.
Go ahead.
I need uninterrupted Skip Bayless Unleash time.
Do what you got to do.
Because now you Pats fans have pissed me off to the highest level of pissivity. For the simple fact, y'all cats are spoiled. Y'all cats is lacking football knowledge. Y'all acting like the team on the banks. It's pissing me off. We literally have one of the worst rosters in the NFL. Okay. We literally are talking about, man, he only won 3 games. How the hell many games did we win
That's not
last
what's
year?
coming out. That is not what's coming out of New England Patriot Nation. But keep going.
How the hell many games did we win last year? I got one for you. 3. 3 games. Y'all said, man, don't play that rookie behind that O-line. Don't play that rookie behind that O-line. And I'm pointing right at you, Michigan hat. Don't play that rookie behind that O-line. I said, you got to see what you got. We saw we got a guy. Now we can spend money. And guess what? We have the most cap. Yes, do we need line help? Absolutely, we need line help. Absolutely. Do we splurge on line? Do we splurge last offseason with an incoming rookie quarterback and Jacoby Brissett is our pinned-in starter? Absolutely not. That's stupid. You wasting a year of the cap. So again, y'all got to sit back and actually think about how things go along. Now, guess what? We're going to be dead last in the division. What does dead last in the division mean? An easier schedule. Guess what happens when every year one team gets the easiest schedule, and guess what happens the following year? They go to the playoffs. That's how a rotating schedule works. This is how these things work. So now we have cap. Now we have easy schedule. He messes up next year, then we could talk about firing or whatever. But we won the same 3 games this year as we did last with Mr. Hall of Fame coach. This year we had a guy who got blood clots. We got your Michigan man who went on a coked out crash out. He's supposed to be our best defender. We had our best offensive lineman, our captain, who's probably gonna retire now, go out. Come on, man. There's context. Come on now, Mr. Brady. Don't you coach football? It ain't just about
You said you want uninterrupted. I'm waiting. So keep fucking talking.
Don't you coach football? Wasn't there a lot of stuff going on in your locker room that's not on the field that people can't see?
Keep talking.
Then we get then Elliott Wolf. I don't like Elliott Wolf myself. I don't know what he can do, but you got to give a man a chance. So we did all this about, we got to give Marcus Freeman 3 years. We ain't gave Mayo 1. And again, we in the same New England groups. All those people saying they want Mayo fired, guess what their skin color is? They don't want no black coach in New England. Like, the hidden racism is there. But the Patriots are bad. They're really bad. Okay? Like, and you up there, let's lose to get this number 1 pick. Now you want the number 1 pick. For what? Take a lineman? Want a lineman at the number 1 pick? Eric Fisher bring a bill? Listen, we get the pick. We get a real pick. We get a real receiver. Okay? We don't do the New England thing and get a borderline second round guy, a senior who graduated, who had a good career, had a He graduated, got his degree, good solid. No, we get an ego-driven receiver who can play football. Okay. Then in the second round in free agency, we stack that line up, protect our quarterback. Then we see what this man has. Oh, and we also lost a guy who had 160 tackles in the middle of our defense. Go ahead, Mister. Let's fire Mayo. Like this and that.
Are you done? Are you done?
I'm done for now because your rebuttal's about to be terrible, and I'm about to tear them apart too.
Okay. So, first off, Chris, you remember what what we said during the you remember our show before the season started at all?
Vaguely.
Okay.
Oh, that was 12 months ago.
No. So, I'm going to start off with this. This guy said we were going to be potentially the worst team in the AFC. That came from me, right? What did he say? He said if Drake May started week 1, we'd be a playoff team, correct? That was him. So he set the expectation for playoffs. So let's start with that. We're gonna use your shit. Second thing.
I'm a Patriots fan.
No, hold on.
Expectations.
No. We talk real expectations, so we're gonna start there. The second
Drake May
thing.
start week
1?
one?
Hold on. Doesn't matter. He started since week 6, and the Patriots have won. The Patriots have won one game with Drake May as their starter. So he started since week 6. Has nothing to do with that. The other thing you said on that podcast was we make it work. And when I mentioned the offensive line, I mentioned that very heavily as why I didn't want Drake May to start and why we had issues. You know what you told me? We make it work. I'm gonna make it work because that's what I do in high school. I make it work. That's what you said. So you put that on coaching. That's deliberately on coaching and development. Okay. Hold on. I let you talk. No, I let you talk. So you're gonna shut up. Thank you. Now, you said that. Now, so
Buddy being an ignorant football fan.
My expectations were low. I always had us as 3 to 4 wins. That's what I was asking for. That's what most New England Patriot fans weren't asking for. What most New England Patriot fans were asking for was development, and for you to see teams get better. That's what most New England Patriot fans asked for, was for you to see develop. And the problem was, my biggest problem is we both said the defense was going to be good. Chris, remember that?
Mm-hmm.
We both acknowledged we should have a pretty good defense. I want to put out. He brought up injuries, right? Bill Belichick was without Gonzo last year for most of the season. He was without his number 1 pass rusher, Judon. He was gone most of the season.
Judon
injuries here? Huh?
Is Judon here?
No, I'm saying you.
So we don't have Judon either, right?
No. But you didn't have him last year. He didn't have him last year. I'm saying injuries happen. This is what I'm doing. I'm not talking about whether Judon's here or not.
He had 160 tackle Bentley, right?
That's whatever. That's whatever. Judon.
He had Barmore in the middle.
Hold on.
He had
Bill
Peppers,
Belichick
right?
was Bill Belichick counting on having Judon last year?
Yeah.
Okay, so he was counting on having Judon last year. That was part of his game plan. My point of that is injuries freaking happen. You don't go from being a team. We expected Gerard to figure it out. For you to be good defensively. I'm not even asking for you to be great defensively. Just don't be 28th in the league in total defense. Gerard Mayo, week 1. This was his quote. This was a quote from Gerard Mayo. We always want to have a good run defense. After we beat Cincinnati, that was his quote. You know what New England Patriots are ranked in run defense right now? They are ranked 27 in run defense.
Are you done?
No, I gave you time. So you give me mine. You're going to give me mine. Gerard
I gotta
Mayo.
rebut this BS.
Hold on. Gerard Mayo. I took notes. Be smart. I took notes. Gerard Mayo, when he first got hired, you know the first thing he said? We're going to burn some cash. That's what Joe head coach said. And then took it back a few weeks later. Oh no, we're gonna be responsible for what we get. Right, but
what was there to burn cash on?
this has been a theme for Gerard of we're gonna sit here and I'm gonna make a statement and I'm gonna have to draw it back. You threw your offensive coordinator under the bus 2 weeks ago because he didn't take a quarterback sneak. That's what I would have done. That's what he said. Instead of just laying on Covington. Buddy should not have been calling plays 5 weeks ago. Gerard Mayo was we thought was a defensive coordinator last year, right? Last few years. Why isn't he calling plays? Covington is struggling as a head coach. Is it not your job to sit up there and be like, bro, if you're struggling, I'm gonna step in. I'm gonna let you burn. Kid is gonna be fired tomorrow, whether Gerard is here or not. He's out the door for sure. You let him burn. Bill didn't do that to you. These are things that Gerard did that he struggled and and were problems. Period. So when people ask for him to be fired, it's like, what? Give me one unit on this team that has improved. I'm gonna get that to you. Give me one unit that's improved from last year. Give me one.
Am I allowed to speak now?
Yes, I'm asking you. Give me one.
You
Give me
cut
one
me off.
unit.
So
Give me.
I also took notes. So we have an NFL record.
No. Can
offensive-
you answer my question first? Can you answer my question first? Give me the unit that's improved.
I can't answer that question because no unit has been healthy.
So the offense,
I don't like you at times you act like you didn't just coach football.
okay, so the
So
injuries happen, bro. Injuries happen. At what point? At what point?
Injuries happen.
So what unit got better? What unit got better? What unit got better?
The defense that was supposed to be that we're always going to play defense. Their defense is schemed around being good up the middle. Okay, you're a Michigan fan. You should know this. Good D tackles, good middle linebackers, good safeties. This is a Michigan staple. This is a Belichick staple. It's a Gerard Mayo staple. Can you please tell the people out there that you're fooling what happened to our middle? You can't. Christian
Barmore got sick. Christian Barmore got sick. But a little bit. Okay. But can I also offer that?
No.
Hold
on. Barmore lost.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You had 160 tackle middle linebacker who was the play caller of the defense go down in week 1.
Okay.
And then you have a safety, the center field safety, the middle fielder, the guy who makes Duggar's job much easier, go on a cocaine binge. And he's on the commissioner's exempt list. So the middle of your defense is now gone. The strength of your defense is now gone. Now, since you want to bring up the offensive coordinator, you've had an NFL record number of offensive line combinations. Okay? Put in perspective, I coach offensive line. The number one thing to make an offensive line good is not a bunch of first-round picks that a team on the bank keeps mentioning. Continuity, consistency. You want to have 5 guys up there that you've had the same 5 guys. They're hearing the same calls. That's got the same mindset. That's working together with two hands, 2 feet together. Okay? We've had an NFL record number of that. And you keep saying that the DC's doing this and that. Why didn't Mayo take over as the play caller? First of all, is he not a first-time head coach? It's a much smaller scale. Head coach of a JV. I had to be the play caller too. That is a very difficult thing to do, to be a head coach and a play caller. You're asking a first-time guy to do that in the NFL. Under the microscope of the New England Patriots, the winningest team in NFL history. You asking that man to take over the defense. When he's trying to monitor an OC that's been fired 4 times in the last 6 years. So what he says in the interview, guess what? He's actually talking in an interview. I went 20 years not hearing my coach talk in an interview. The most my coach ever said in an interview was, "We're on to Cincinnati." At least I get to hear something. And you talking about spending money. Spending money on what? There was 2 free agents. There was Derrick Henry, Saquon Barkley. Anybody else who could you name any other big time free agents? Will one of them be Kirk Cousins, who was $100 million waste? There was nothing to spend on. Just spend to be spending. This isn't Madden, bro. This is real life. Spend on what you need. You want T. Higgins. Guess what? He wasn't available. What are you spending on? We got a pick for Judon who wasn't happy.
Are you done?
Like
Are you done?
now we
You
dropped
just
the
said,
4th in the draft.
hold on.
We dropped the 4th
Yeah,
in the draft.
yeah, great job, Mel. Great, absolutely freaking fantastic job, Gerard Mayo. Fire that bastard tomorrow. Anyway,
Now you calling a black man a bastard for winning a game.
Understand the freaking assignment. But he wanted to burn us going out the door. He out the door tomorrow. So at the end of the day,
one more games in Belichick.
At the end of the day, you just gave me this soliloquy about 5 guys needing consistency, and then you say we're gonna draft offensive linemen. So
I didn't say we're not drafting offensive linemen.
You just said we're drafting offense. We need to draft offensive linemen. Did he not say that, Chris? Thank you. You just said that.
Yeah.
You just said hold on. You just said you need to draft offensive linemen.
Yeah.
You need to draft offensive linemen, but then you bring up this whole soliloquy about we got all of these guys going in and out. It ain't been all and out because of injuries. It's been because they've been trash. What did I expect? Hold on. What did I expect from them to spend money on? I never said I wanted running backs or positional or players that play outside the numbers with receivers or DBs. I never asked for any of that. It's for offensive linemen.
You know who you asked for? You know who you asked for? You know who you asked for? No. You know who you asked for? You asked for David Bakhtiari, who's still on the goddamn surgery table.
He's better than what you
spent $20 million on him.
No.
On David Bakhtiari, who's still on the surgery table.
You're not. How you gonna spend $20 million on a guy? How you gonna spend $20 million on David Bakhtiari if you just said nobody else wanted? What was the point? What's the problem with going out there and actually spending money?
We can get Fuller on here since you want to act like you didn't say that. You wanted David Bakhtiari.
I definitely said it. But here's the thing: it's supply and demand, brother. He's not going for $20 million on the open market if nobody wants him. You just said he's still on the training table, meaning nobody wanted him.
All right, buddy from the that went to the from the Cowboys and went to the Jets. You wanted him, right? What did he do?
Trey Smith. He's had a good season. He's had a halfway decent year. He's had a halfway decent year, bro.
He's having a good season.
He's had a halfway decent year. Yes. The Jets themselves
Aaron Rodgers has weekly complained about he's not getting protection.
Okay, that's not that. Okay, Trey Smith. I knew you was gonna bring up Trey Smith. He's only given up 2 sacks all season.
Tyron Smith, by the way, and he gave up
whatever his name is. Whatever his name is.
So
2 sacks.
We spend money on that.
I would rather spend money on that than for me to have the 30th ranked team to give up pressures this season. That's what you did.
We had Michael Jordan playing left tackle.
Okay.
Just listen to that. Michael Jordan's playing left tackle.
You making my point, bro. Okay. Anyway, Gerard, in my opinion, if I had to grade Gerard Mayo this year, actually, let me hear your grade. Give me your grade for Gerard this year.
Well, let me get Chris involved. Hey, Chris. Let's see. Did Jason Kelce retire?
Yes.
Did Cam Jurgens come right in and replace him?
Yes.
Okay. Did Lane Johnson retire? No.
No.
When y'all drafted Mailata, did you let him sit and develop?
Yes, I think he was behind Jason Peters.
Yep. Yeah, okay. So when we drafted Caden Wallace and Layden Robinson, we didn't get them to sit and develop. They had to go out there and play. Who has one of the best O-lines in football? The Eagles, right? They have one of the best GMs in the game right now because he's doing the right things. Spend money on offense, draft the defense, figure it out from there.
I think he's doing some illegal shit for real. Will.
He is. So again, we kept Owenu. We kept Mike O. Did we not? James Andrews. Well, damn it, he went down. Then we got Mr. Cole Strange, who's David Bakhtiari Jr. He's still on the injury table. Then he comes back and plays center out of nowhere. Like, we doing a bunch of stuff that doesn't make sense up front. I don't know what that little rant was. That
Chris, he just said we doing a bunch of stuff that don't make sense. Who does that put? Who does that rest on?
Coach and GM.
coach and GM.
Okay,
But you
okay.
just complained that
Okay.
he why is
Hey,
he
you
why
just made my
why is
point.
he throwing
You
his
just made my
OC
point.
under the bus?
You just made my point, bro.
You just said, you asked me why is he throwing his OC under the bus? What are you doing, bro? As an OC, what are you doing?
Gerard, if you're the head coach, right? The game plan for your team is going to go through the head coach. No head coach is gonna just sit up there and say their offensive coordinator just go do whatever the hell you want to do. It's got to go through you, right? He's overseeing that, correct?
Ask the Commanders how that works out. If you think Dan Quinn is in that offensive room, if you think Dan Campbell is in the offensive room with the Lions,
do I think he's at every freaking? Do I think that he's at every meeting? Is he at everything? No. But do I think that the game plan for that the coaches have to come to him for the game plan for that week and say this is what we want to do? This is what I plan on doing. This is who I think I'm gonna go to and start this week. You're dang right. You're absolutely right. How do I know? Hold on. How do I know? Because 2 weeks ago, Gerard Mayo he's obviously not supposed to be in the offensive room, right? He said straight up, Ramondre Stevenson is not going to start 2 weeks ago. Ramondre Stevenson started. Why would he volunteer that information if somebody didn't tell him he wasn't supposed to start?
So that tells me he's not controlling the offense because he didn't want the man to start, and the man still started.
And at what point is that okay for somebody to undermine the head coach?
That's why the OC is gone.
They don't respect you, bro.
But this is why he's been in 4 different teams in 6 years.
I'm not. Here's the thing. I'm not advocating for the OC, but out of all the coaches on the team, I have the least amount of problems with AVP. The least amount of problems.
But you on hard. You on that Sark.
I have the least amount of issues with AVP because it's hard to call play. It's hard to call plays when you are constantly getting negative plays either by pre-snap penalties or post-snap penalties.
You on that Sark, and that's fine. You sipping on the Sark.
But
that's fine.
Anyway.
But you add now to your other point. You asked how we improve. Well, the front runner for the MVP, Josh Allen, who's on the field playing against them, literally 2 weeks ago, since you like to bring up 2 weeks, 2 weeks ago said this team is better than their record says.
And then what happened last week? You got 45-7 put on.
Yeah,
that's cool. That's great. It's great that Josh Allen felt that way. I'm glad Josh Allen felt that way. But then when you come out and you lay an egg last week, again, let's just go down the units of what's gotten better. Defensive line has not gotten better from last year.
Linebacker line lost 3 players.
It still has not gotten better.
Linebackers lost 3 players.
Linebacker core has not gotten better. You have not developed anything behind Bentley. Part of your job is player development. You've not developed anybody.
Well, Martu Mape look good.
Your secondary.
Martu Mape look good.
He hasn't even been playing safety. He's been playing mostly safety.
He's been playing that whatever teams want to call that position, that star
position. But
Mapu's
been okay. Mapu's been okay. He's been okay, but I've actually seen a regression in one of our best defensive players. Kyle Duggar has looked lost this year.
Hey, Chris.
He's looked
I want to keep you involved. I want to keep you involved. Remember earlier in this soliloquy that he was going on, and I mentioned how the middle of the defense and how crashed out, that cocaine crash out that Peppers had affected Kyle Duggar. Now he's mentioning Kyle Duggar.
It didn't
see
affect
how that
Kyle
works?
Duggar, bro. It
Do
didn't
you
affect
see,
Kyle
do you,
Duggar, bro.
do you,
It
do
didn't
you see
affect
how
Kyle
that works?
Duggar.
Yes, it does.
It does. They dang near play the same position, bro. When Kyle's on the field, Peppers isn't. They're never on the field at the same time because Peppers usually plays closer to the line of scrimmage, just like Kyle does. Both of them play more at the line of scrimmage. Neither one of them play. They play the exact same position, bro.
Hey man, don't tell people you coach DBs now, okay? Because you giving
All
bad
right.
DB advice.
Okay.
You giving bad DB advice right now.
Okay. Okay. I mean, you've given bad offensive line advice clearly because you say make it work. We make it work. We make it work. I'm gonna make it work.
My
I'm gonna
man
make it
said
work.
they don't play on the field at the same time. So
They don't. You typically do not see Duggar and Peppers on the field at the same time, bro. You
yes, you
typically
do.
do
One
not.
is in the box
No.
and one is back.
Okay. They rotate a lot of that secondary around. They rotate a lot of that secondary, especially the safeties.
Man, look
Especially the
at the
safeties.
game tape from last year. How they played together. How they
I'm
complemented
not
each
talking
other.
about.
And if you go ahead and say they didn't, because they both earned themselves a contract by complimenting each other. Oh, I guess they didn't get paid.
Duggar got paid. And I remember saying Duggar got overpaid. $14.5 million for a safety. That was stupid. But that's neither here nor there.
Ask Atlanta how that worked out. Ask Philadelphia how that's working out paying the safety.
It's not working out for us. What do I care about them? Why do I care?
Because one of them is gone.
Why do I care?
Complimentary football.
Why do I care? You just said.
You're sounding like a casual fan.
Why do I?
Complimentary football.
So Kyle Duggar needed freaking Peppers, a guy who plays situationally to be good. That means you shouldn't have paid him 14. Peppers definitely only plays situational football, bro.
Okay. All right.
Definitely.
So let's talk about how the Eagles look, because I remember I said they was a Super Bowl favorite and everybody laughed at me. Oh, their quarterback this and that.
Who didn't say Philly was a Super Bowl favorite?
You?
I don't remember.
Nigga?
I don't remember saying.
I've
never said Philadelphia wasn't a Super Bowl pick.
Oh my God! Stop.
Bring the receipts with that.
I don't.
Receipts with that.
I'm not Inspector Gadget, bro. But you just
bring the receipts.
Because you was Lions this, Lions that, and I said the Eagles, and you wanted to snicker and laugh.
But here's the thing: I never said that they weren't good. If I picked the Lions, I just picked the Lions. That's not the same as me sitting up there saying
you picked the Lions, and then you had somebody else. You literally chuckled and hee and all that when I said the Eagles.
No, I didn't. Philly's a good football team.
You still picking the Lions?
Am I still picking the Lions? No.
Yeah.
No. Injuries to the secondary. Injuries to the secondary is gonna mess them up.
So who you think?
Injuries to the secondary.
Injuries to the secondary.
What did we just get finished talking about?
Hold on. Injuries to the
secondary, right?
Injuries to the secondary. Injuries to the secondary is gonna mess them up. Still a good football team though, by the way, right? They're still making the playoffs though, right? Their defense is still solid. Okay. Anyway, but that's gonna be their Achilles heel.
They have an NFL. They also have an NFL record. 4 different players have 1,000 yards for scrimmage. Compliments of the OC.
To Chris,
who wasn't fired 6 times in 4 years or something, like 4 times in 6 years.
Cool. Ben Johnson is fantastic. I think we already established that.
Okay, that's the difference. But injuries to the secondary, huh? Okay. I'm mad because of the nonsense that's coming out of your mouth, man.
Okay. I'm just whatever. But to Chris's point, who am I taking to come out of the NFC? You put a gun to my head
because you ain't. Nah, I'm putting money on your head. You can't say the goddamn Eagles because I don't care what the people out there know. You snickered and laughed. We can look in the group, and every time I said the Eagles, everybody wanted to laugh.
I didn't snicker. What people laugh at is you saying Jalen Hurts. And people and what people laugh at is you putting Jalen Hurts in the MVP conversation. That's what people laugh at.
Should be.
Yep. That's where you have me laughing.
Should be.
Chris, the whole daggone Philly fan, and he wouldn't even agree with you on that bullshit. Anyway, but if I had to pick a team,
operator of the train.
If I had to pick a team, bro. He said I can't pick the Eagles because I would pick the Eagles.
No, you wouldn't.
But
Because
I would pick the Eagles.
I'm not about to sit here and let you lie to the good
I
folks.
pick.
out there.
I would pick the Eagles. But my second pick would probably be Green Bay. I like the Green Bay Packers. I like Green Bay.
You just talking nonsense.
I like the Green Bay Packers.
Again, I'm not gonna go back to 12 podcasts ago. I'm gonna go back to this one. You laughed when I said Pickett should go to Green Bay because I like their quarterback situation, what they got going on.
Okay.
And now all of a sudden, I like Green Bay. So what changed in 10 minutes?
I didn't laugh. I didn't laugh because they didn't have a good football team. I laughed because of Jordan Love necessarily being a good mesh with
No.
No. That's why. That's
bro.
why I laugh. You asked the question, so I'm gonna give you an answer. I laugh because you literally said he should go to Green Bay. I don't think him and Jordan Love is a good match. I don't. Only because of Jordan Love's demeanor. That's why I laugh. It wasn't because of the team. It was because I don't think Jordan Love has the demeanor to be able to deal with a guy like Pickett. That's why I laugh.
Okay, bro.
Okay.
People heard you, but okay.
Green Bay ain't healthy, man. You talking about secondary?
They beat up a little. They beat up a little bit, but I do trust Matt.
Unhealthy secondary obviously doesn't matter. It only matters in situational time. It's only situational.
He mad, bro.
Because Cash just is talking, man. This is insane.
You mad because Gerard about to get fired, bro.
I don't care if the man gets fired or not. Who's gonna replace him?
Just went off on a whole rant about why.
My rant was you idiots wanting him fired, and we know Kraft is gonna succumb to the pressure.
So you don't. So do you want him fired or do you not want him fired?
I want to give him I want to give him a team. I give him
okay. So you don't want him fired. So you don't want him fired. So what? So why are you talking in circles right now, bro?
What? Okay, like we did earlier in this podcast, not 12 podcasts ago. What is the alternative?
The alternative? There's been several names thrown out. Ben Johnson has been rumored.
I think Ben Johnson.
Ben Johnson's been rumored.
I think he's a good OC as a head coach.
He could be a terrible head coach. The other name is Mike Vrabel. That's the other name. I'm not high on bringing Mike Vrabel in, but I think he'd be I think he'd be better than Gerard by a mile. But that's been the talk. Is Mike Vrabel?
Yeah, because he was he's a Patriot. He's in a family and all. He's in a Patriot family, this and that. But
you asked for a name, bro. Is Mike Vrabel? Would you not say Mike Vrabel is an upgrade over Gerard Mayo right now?
Didn't he get fired? What did he develop?
Because you were fired, don't judge.
What did he develop? What got better under Mike Vrabel?
Didn't he end Tom Brady's time in New England with a loss? That was him that we lost to, right?
Yeah,
in the playoff.
Yeah,
in the playoff. Okay.
Because the guy who got fired last year, Belichick, was past his prime. They had the number 1 seed. What did they do?
Just saying, the guy can coach. The guy can coach.
What did it?
You said you wanted Vrabel a year ago, bro. Why are you doing this? You said you wanted Vrabel a year ago. You and Mike both said you wanted Vrabel.
You wanted Eric Bieniemy, and that nigga got fired in college. What are we talking about? Don't bring up stuff.
I can say that I'm wrong. Say that I'm wrong. I was horribly wrong with Eric. I was horribly wrong with that.
I said I wanted either Mayo or Vrabel. I knew it was going to have to be someone with Patriot ties. I wanted Nick Colley. That's who I've been saying. You said who? I kept saying Nick Colley. That was the name I wanted. You're going to quote me correctly. But I said Vrabel and Mayo are pretty much the two that we're going to get.
I'm going to toss a name out there that y'all ain't thinking about. It's, your boy in Minnesota, Flores.
Ryan?
Yeah.
Another guy who I think is a better coordinator than he is a head coach.
First time around,
I'm gonna toss out a name that's an option, but it's not really an option for us. But it could have been had we been a little bit better. Kevin O'Connell.
Why would he leave Minnesota?
What contract extension have you gotten?
He's gonna get one. You really think they're gonna let him walk out the door after this year? He's not going anywhere.
I'm just floating a name out there. He has Patriot ties.
He has Patriot ties, but Minnesota's not letting him walk out the door, bro. He has restored Sam Darnold to being respectful.
Because he's the
But he's
quarterback
not going
whisperer.
anywhere.
He's the
But he's
quarterback
not
whisperer.
going anywhere. I mean, I'd love to have Kevin O'Connell. I definitely would be on that train, but he's not going anywhere. Minnesota's about to break him off, bro. He's done a phenomenal
Chris,
job
to
there.
your point, I thought that name too, but I have to be realistic. In New England, as we see what's happening now, a colored is not going to be accepted as a coach.
The difference is he has so much experience with New England, winning Super Bowls with him, all of that. Like it just
He's
as
still
a coach,
He's still
not just a player.
He is still a colored. Hell, we got a person in this chat who was so low on Joe Mazzulla because he's a colored, and guess what he did? Won a championship. But that's another topic for another day.
That's we both talk about basketball. Is Joe Mazzulla black?
Yeah.
I don't think he's black. I don't even think Joe Mazzulla's black.
He's some.
I thought he was like Arab.
He colored.
You gonna make me look now, but
he's colored.
I think he is.
You got to think against colors at this point.
Oh, now I got to think against colors. Okay.
Unless they resemble you, Mr. Marcus Freeman. Temu version. But that's neither here nor there. Again, New England's gonna.
Why am I catching shots, bro? Why am I catching shots?
You ain't catching that. Kraft is a guy who runs his Patriots the way he runs his business. He keeps them in the family. So our next hire has to be someone within the Patriots family.
All right then, Bryce. My bad. I'm watching this game.
You good. So we talked about the NFC. Who would you take right now to come out the AFC?
My Super Bowl picks from preseason have not changed. I said the Eagles and Ravens. Nothing has changed.
That's what you going with, Chris?
Let's see. I want to say Buffalo. I just feel like the league is ready for Buffalo to do something. I think the league is ready for it. I just feel like it's going to be some nonsense like the Super Bowl last year where we got, Kansas City was the number one team with the most holding calls, not a single holding call in the damn Super Bowl. I think it's going to be some nonsense like that with Buffalo in the playoffs. I think they're just ready to see Josh Allen on the biggest stage. But I also feel like it's Baltimore's time too. I feel like it's going to depend on the first round matchup. I feel like if the Bengals get in, they're going to knock Buffalo out. That's just how I feel about that.
In an equal world without Era's singer concert ladies, it would be Baltimore.
And I feel like Baltimore get Kansas City in the second round?
Yeah. They're not allowing Kansas City to lose. So you have to go out and beat them.
If Baltimore beats Kansas City, they go into the Super Bowl. Because nobody else in the AFC, I think, can beat Baltimore.
You don't think Buffalo can beat Baltimore?
Nah.
No.
I think Lamar Jackson.
Didn't Baltimore blow the doors off Buffalo?
Yeah, but how much that was early in the season though. That's early in the season. We just saw Pittsburgh blow the doors off of Cincinnati a few weeks ago, and then nutted it up.
That's a different situation because
we acting like the Steelers didn't completely dominate the second game. It's just 6 drops from your number one receiver.
No, I don't know about dominate. Cincinnati had 37 killed him in time of possession. It was like 37 minutes to 17, somewhere around there. They dominated time of possession.
Buddy had another pick, another fumble. He threw the ball 47 times in sub-freezing temperature. They cut off that little 3 TDs and 200-yard passing streak.
Serious conversation real quick. I went into yesterday's game thinking in regards to T. Higgins, since you brought him up. That he wasn't a need for Cincinnati. He was more of a bonus.
He's a need.
He might be a need.
It's not might. He is a need.
Any
football fan in America will tell you.
He might. Maybe I was giving Joe a little bit more credit than I probably should have.
First of all, you've never given Joe credit, so don't.
I
Don't pull that.
was giving him credit because what I said was under normal conditions, if you feel like you got a guy, you don't need two numbers. You don't need a loaded receiving core. You sit up there and say I got Jamar Chase and I'll make it work with the guys that I got around it.
So this is the thing with Cincinnati. They're building that offense how Joe had it at LSU.
Absolutely.
You got a big
And
receiver,
that's how
and
he has
you
to be
got
successful.
Jamar
Absolutely.
Chase. That's how they building that offense.
They don't play action. They don't do nothing.
Yeah.
It's
No.
literally, and I don't put that singularly at the feet of Josh of Taylor at all. I don't put that at his feet. I put that literally when people say it pisses me off because people sit up there and say, well, they don't invest into Joe Burrow.
Yes, they do.
Three straight years in the offensive line, you're investing into Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
You went out and paid. Who was it? That they paid before they paid Brown from
Capel?
the Cowboys. From
Capel?
the Cowboys.
Yeah, they pay
They pay
Lionel,
Alex
Lionel,
Cappa and they
Yeah.
Lionel Collins. They went out and paid him.
Yeah.
They went out and paid him. They paid Collins. They've now
I thought-
paid Brown.
Was Collins before Joe got there? I thought it was before Joe got there.
No. Collins was literally after. It was 2 years after the Super Bowl run.
and they took my guy, Carcass.
Man, they took
Damn, we
Mills.
missed. Damn, we missed
Mills?
it, man.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Damn, we missed it.
This just
Lord
back
have
to
mercy.
New England real quick. The guys that mother freaking let walk. It's pissing me off even more when I look at this offensive line. When you talk about Karras, Shaq Mason, and Tony, it hurts my heart right now, bro.
But that's Williams' fault. But anyway, I'm not gonna get back on Williams because I'm trying to get back in the good
Yeah.
mode.
But again,
No, T. Higgins is a true need.
when Joe called him a need before, I laughed. I was like, "Ray ain't a need. Like y'all really want to win a Super Bowl? Y'all got to do something with that defense." But for Joe, he might just be a need. I can't get over the thought process of spending over $100 million, potentially $120 million for 3 players. I can't wrap my mind around that. But
I can. The Eagles just did it.
no. Smith took a pay cut, bro. Smith took a pay cut. He's at 23 or 24. $24 million a year.
So Smitty took a pay cut.
Smith took a pay cut.
Okay.
Smitty's
took a
getting
pay cut.
3.
And it's
3
only a
years.
3-year deal. And it's only a 3-year deal.
Okay, because you was
He's
trying to say the other
underpaid.
day. You
He's underpaid.
You were saying the other day, they ain't paying him like a number one when we was talking about Jordan Addison and Smitty.
No. I said, yeah, he didn't get paid like a number one. That's the number one money.
But you use that as a knock against him, though.
Yeah, because he took a pay cut because he's getting 3 years, $78 million.
He can re up. Well, he can re up in 3 years. It's a short.
And then
it's a
AJ
short
Brown
deal.
got $100 million.
Which he actually took somewhat of a pay cut too, because you think about it, AJ should be making over 30. He's not making over $30 million.
Yeah.
So neither one of them are actually making number one money for real.
Are they both
That's
number
because,
ones?
but that's because of this stupid explosion of paying receivers.
You got to ask that question again.
Are they both number ones?
I don't think Devontae's a number one, but
You don't have to. His Heisman Trophy says differently. His
wait a
production
minute.
in the
Hold
NFL
on.
says
Hold
differently.
on. Don't use college for that. Do that.
Did
Don't
I
do
not
that,
say
bro.
his production in the NFL says differently?
His production in the NFL has been solid. But can I say it's number one? Don't know. Come on,
There
Denver.
we go.
Come on, Denver.
Broncos.
Get in there. Get in there.
Get in there.
Touchdown.
Yes.
Touchdown. Let's go.
What is it? Horsepower, whatever they say. Let's go. Horsepower.
Go ahead. Get up
All
by
that.
21. Get up by 21, and Andy will throw the towel in, bro. He'll throw the towel if he halfway already has. But who the heck is hit? He really sat everybody. I don't know. I don't recognize nobody on the field right now.
I know your favorite team playing. You rooting against your favorite team, the Kansas City Chiefs.
Josh Uche is getting time.
They got Hopkins playing.
I guess we'll see when they go on offense. Denver just scored on offense.
Yeah, your favorite team playing the Taylor Mahomes.
Here you go. Now, if my favorite team is Kansas City, yours is Philly. Don't do that. Don't do that. Because nobody rides for Jalen Hurts like you do. Don't do that.
Hey man, I need somebody to operate an offense. I don't need all this glitz
Don't
and
do that.
glamour.
You dang near on Chris level, bro. When it comes to Philly, bro. Anyway, but yeah, so I feel like we gotta start having a conversation about Joe, bro. Is he really
The
in that tier?
conversation's been had. The
Is,
man
is he
has
really?
he has a
Is he
triple
really in that
crown
tier?
receiver.
I'm not even sitting up there saying that he's in the tier that he's not in the tier with um that he's not in the tier with Mahomes. Ask the question: is he even in the tier with Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson?
Oh man.
I gotta ask that question. I gotta
For
ask
those of
that
y'all who
question.
still listening, the views of Tony Mahomes Bray are not reflective of Curtis and Chris.
Look,
I
hear me out.
just
Hear me
got to
out.
put that
Hear me
caveat
out.
out there.
Hear me out. Hear me out.
I'm
Hear
not
me out.
about to hear you out.
Hear me
I'm
out.
not.
Hear me out. Can I say something real quick? So here's my justification for saying that I don't think he's in that tier. When you look at Lamar Jackson, Lamar just had his first Pro Bowl receiver this year, right? And Zay Flowers. We can finally stop calling him a cookout player.
That's
We
Hollywood
fi-
Brown. Hollywood Brown still returning
but
punts.
he
Still.
finally had his first
Still.
number one receiver, right? In Zay, his first Pro Bowler. We've seen him do a lot with less, correct? Even though we did have, Edwards and everything like that. But Edwards was all pro. So that was just an all pro Edwards. Lamar won a league MVP, took the team to the playoffs. We seen Josh Allen, to my boys Kirk credit. He said that it was going to be an exposure tour for Josh Allen this year. We've seen otherwise.
No,
That boy, we saw
No.
otherwise.
No. I'm gonna address that because we got working hard. Has Josh Allen played the same way he played previously? No. The exposure part. The exposure
That's
part
called
was
development,
you can't
brother.
play like that. He's been
Exposure.
in the league 8 years.
No. Exposure means that who
Exposure
you
to
are
his
as
style of play.
a football player, you're incapable of playing any kind of way. You're incapable of elevating your team. He just showed he was
My
able to.
exposure was he can't play that superhero football that he's been playing and be successful.
No.
Didn't.
That wasn't what you said. You said take the over on interceptions. Whatever his over was on
I did.
interceptions.
I
Take
did.
the over on interceptions. Take the under on touchdowns. This is what you said. You said he was going to be
did
exposed
not play the same
because
way.
no, you've also
He did
said.
not play the same
Hold
way.
on. Have you not said in the past that he was a product of Stephon Diggs?
Can we curb that real quick?
No. Did you or did you not say that? Did you or did you not say that? It's a yes or no. Okay.
I said Diggs
period.
is very beneficial. Now,
no, you said he was a product of Stephon Diggs. Don't say beneficial. You trying to dance around it. I'm not about to let you do that.
He was a product of Diggs, but can we not act like he don't have no weaponry? Because
that notion is I didn't say no weaponry. I didn't say no weaponry. What I said was he lost his 2 number 1 receivers from last year. Gabe Davis
is a number one.
I said his 2 number 1 receivers. His two top receivers from last year.
So Heisman winning trophy winning Devontae Smith's not a number one, but Gabe Davis is a number one.
I didn't mean number 1 actual receiver. I said 2. I'm talking about his 2 top receivers. All you heard was the word number 1. His 2 top receivers from last year were Gabe Davis and Stephon Diggs, correct?
And replace him with Keon Coleman,
who's only at 450 yards this year.
And Amari Cooper.
The guy who leads the league in drops. The guy who leads the league in drops.
You replace it by committee.
Okay. But here's my point,
guess what?
Here's my point, though. There's not an all-pro caliber player on that roster right now.
You also have a guy who's in the top 3 in rushing TDs in the league. On the team.
That's fine. A guy who just got to 1,000 yards today.
Committee.
He just got to 1,000 yards today. So don't
he has 15
do
touchdowns.
They just dropped the ball. But again, Josh Allen has shown that he can be that guy that wins with less. I didn't say nothing. I said less. That's a team that lost what? They three DBs from their defense last year. Lost 3 DBs from last year. They lost a lot on defense. They lost a lot on offense.
Now,
Quite a
when we
bit.
say win with less, what are we talking about here? Are we
What I
talking
mean-
about
Not
like
less.
big names?
What I mean
It's
with
not less.
What I mean with it. What I mean with less is I'm talking. You don't need elite talent
Name.
around you to win.
Name.
You don't need elite
No.
talent around you to win.
Name. You're talking about name. Because
No, I'm
Buffalo
talking about
has
elite talent.
Buffalo has a lot of talent.
You have two All Pros. I mean, two Pro Bowlers, bro. Two. They got a good offensive line. Their
So,
defense
okay.
struggled this year. Their
So
defense struggled quite a bit
we're
this year.
talking about we're talking about Pro Bowl because Mahomes didn't make the Pro Bowl, so
Okay,
he's not one of
okay,
the top
so-
three
so-
best quarterbacks
so-
in the conference, right?
Nobody.
So
20
nobody says that.
Look, can I-
Okay,
can I-
so
can I-
we're not going to act like Amari Cooper's a bomb. We're not going to act like Keon Coleman's a bomb.
I didn't
Khalil
say none of those guys
Shakur
were bombs.
has literally became what Julian Edelman was for the Patriots. He's been the slot.
No. You big up in Khalil Shakur, but you stump on Hollywood Brown.
Yes.
One of them actually
No,
catches
bro.
passes that ain't punted.
Hollywood Brown's been a 1,000-yard receiver in the past, bro. Khalil Shakur has 600 yards receiving.
Yeah, with a two-time MVP. Shout out to Lamar. Big trust. Making that guy look like a real receiver.
Huh?
Because ever since Big Trust, how many 1,000 yards has he had? Oops.
He's been hurt.
How many 1,000 yards has he had without Big Trust?
Hurt. He's not had any. He's not played over 10 games. He's not played
Well,
over 10 games since he's left Lamar.
Well, Big Trust kept him healthy, but according to you earlier, injuries shouldn't matter. So injuries happen. So I'm not trying to hear it.
And I've already
Get your
said that.
1,000 yards, bro. You with Mahomes, bro. You with your other guy, Kyler Murray, bro. Get 1,000. If you that guy.
Bro, he didn't put. Bro, you do realize Hollywood Brown didn't get back until week 14. He missed the entire season with an injury that he had in the preseason.
What about last year? Did he get 1,000 last year?
He was hurt.
Oh, hurt. Okay. Because he had to play receiver, not just kick return.
My point is, you bigging up Khalil Shakur. When has he ever had an 1,000-yard season?
Give me Khalil Shakur as a receiver.
As a receiver, when has he ever been that guy?
Give me Khalil Shakur as a receiver over Hollywood Brown. I'm not saying as a football player because Hollywood Brown, again, that return game is mean. That boy vicious in the open field. But lining up and playing receiver, I ain't getting nothing from that.
Wow. Okay. All right. I mean, all he did was just help Lamar Jackson win league MVP. He ain't do nothing. But
did he help Lamar Jackson win MVP or Lamar Jackson won MVP?
They don't. No. It's his first. I'm pretty sure his rookie season. Lamar Jackson won MVP. Hollywood Brown's rookie season, and he was his number one target. And he was his number one target. He was his number one target. The only person.
No, his number one target was not him. Stop it.
What was Lamar? Lamar Jackson's. I'm looking at Hollywood Brown stats right now, bro. Hollywood Brown in his first season, 2019, he had 584 yards.
Thank you.
Stop
your
nonsense,
nonsense,
the second year?
bro.
Was it the second year then?
Nah, 2021, he had 1,008 yards on 91 catches.
Okay.
So stop the nonsense, bro. Stop the cap. What the kids say, stop the cap. You got too much Riz going on. You speaking nonsense. Riz.
Yeah, you go with the bullshit. Yeah, you been around the kids too long, bro.
Yeah, Hollywood. He putting up. He definitely. He nasty in open field.
I'm telling you, that boy nasty in open field.
So
he's a well paid.
Oh, Khalil Shakur ain't got his stats pretty much the same, minus the 1,000. He been in the league less. In the same amount of time that Khalil Shakur been in the league, I think Hollywood Brown put up the same numbers. So they both the same receiver.
But to be fair,
Hollywood Brown is just
he's been hurt. He's been hurt. Has Hollywood Brown not been hurt?
Yeah,
so was KaVontae Turpin.
Okay, he was hurt. That's my point.
It's kind of hard to get catches with Diggs and number one Gabe Davis on your team too.
But they weren't on the team this year.
He played pretty well this year.
He played solid. He played what you call an average year for Hollywood Brown.
No, an average year for Hollywood Brown is a couple return touchdowns.
You're giving him credit for that. But to my point, that's my point.
If you like Hollywood, if you like Crenshaw Turpin, that's gonna be his new name from now on. Crenshaw Turpin, cool.
He's just better than Shakur, bro. That's it. He's just better than Shakur. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
To you.
I'm saying he's better than Shakur.
To you.
To most people, he's better than Shakur.
As a
Khalil
returner,
Shakur.
absolutely. In the open field, absolutely.
Anyway, so why isn't it that we say thank you, Dominic? Thank you. But anyway,
Bro, Dom
why isn't it?
Dom is not the end all be all. Like you
I
like
didn't say. All I said was thank you.
what
All I said was thank
what
you.
this
All
Negro
I said
says
was
ain't
thank you.
gospel.
All I said was thank you.
What
That's
this
it.
Negro say ain't
That's it. Why
gospel.
you
Like we gotta stop that. Anytime this
Bro,
Negro
all I
get
said
on
was
here and
thank
say
you.
something, you be like, yeah, Dom, thank.
I said thank you. That's it. Why
Listen,
you ain't no
this
feelings
nigga's
right now,
birthday
bro?
ain't December 25th now. Come on now.
Neither is God. So why did you bring that up?
Like,
Bro,
golly, bro.
come
Like,
on, bro. Try that. Something's wrong with Buddy, bro.
Sheesh.
Anyway. So why is it too much to add? Why can't the Bengals just let T. Higgins go if Joe is not if Joe is that guy? Is my question.
They're not letting T. Higgins go. They're idiot fans. Again, they have a bunch of casuals. These are the same guys who I argued with yesterday. They said Chase Brown isn't good. There's two backs in the league since week 6 has had 600 yards rushing and 250 yards receiving. One is Jahmyr Gibbs. The other one, Chase Brown. Chase Brown is a good back. He's a really good back. He just doesn't get used. Again, I don't argue with Bengals fans. They don't know what they're talking about. They need T. Higgins. Well, Jamar Chase is a triple crown. Try the triple crown with Yoshi Voss on the other side. See how that works. Oh, T missed a ton of time. When you miss a ton of time, it's called PTO. We do it at our job. We ain't getting paid. We ain't working. This ain't the slave days. They ain't paid T. He ain't working.
So he getting PTO. He just ain't hurt, huh?
Hey, man. I got a scratch on my hand. I'm going to go ahead and sit out.
So my thing is though, don't the Bengals? We heard all year it was the defense. So don't you need to invest into that defense? Why would you want to run that back if you just saw what just happened?
Because I'm looking at the Philadelphia Eagles and the Kansas City Chiefs model. I'm spending my money on offense and drafting my defense. The problem with it,
that's
the problem.
That's all Kansas City's done. They paid Chris Jones.
Where did they get Chris Jones, bro?
But they still paid him. Is my point.
Where did they get Chris Jones?
The money, but that money still goes against the cap, though, right?
And the Eagles paid Slay and they paid Brandon Graham. The point is, you spend majority of your money on offense and hope that you draft on defense. It's the most simple model. It's not a difficult concept to comprehend. The problem is the Bengals have just blown it with their defensive picks. They've absolutely blown it.
Blown is an understatement.
They paid safety Logan Wilson. Okay,
but to their point, to my point though, is they don't. And to your point, they don't draft well. Apparently, because when they went to the Super Bowl, most of the guys on that team were free agents. Correct? On defense, most of those guys were free agents. You go, Eli Apple wasn't drafted here. Correct. DJ Reader wasn't drafted here. Trey Hendrickson wasn't drafted here. Chudabu Wuzia wasn't drafted here. Mike Hilton wasn't drafted here. A lot of those guys were.
My God, you can name 10 players until you name the guy who
they didn't ball.
Until you name the guy that defense ran through. I'm not hearing what you got to say.
Who?
Until you name Jesse Bates, I have nothing to talk to you about.
I mean, Jesse Bates was homegrown though. Jesse was homegrown.
Everybody laughed at me when I said he was the most important defender on the team. Oh my God, what do you know football? It's a safety.
It's a fantastic football player, without a doubt. They have struggled.
You don't have to tell me that. You can look at the Atlanta Falcons and tell that. He's a fantastic football player. You don't just replace that with Geno Stone and the Von Bells of the world. No. Again, they've done a terrible job drafting, and that's on them. That's literally on them. Like, nope. No two ways about it.
I ain't gonna lie. I really don't want to see Denver in the playoffs, though.
Hell no.
Nobody wants to see Denver in the playoffs.
Because who would they play in the first round?
Buffalo.
Buffalo.
That's
Buffalo
actually ain't a
gonna,
bad football game. Not a
gonna
bad.
bust. Buffalo's gonna bust their ass, bro.
Buffalo gonna beat them by 50.
Oh,
But that's
I don't know.
but
I don't
Like
know.
that's gonna be the first game of the wild card weekend, bro. They're
I'm
gonna
happy
put that
with it.
shit. They're gonna put that
what?
shit
Oh,
on
Bo,
fucking.
yes.
Bo
Big
is
Bo,
showing
not
out.
the little Bo.
Bo's
Big Bo,
showing
not
out.
little Bo. Big Bo, not the little Bo.
This
Yeah,
is
sit down, Nine. Hey, Tyrone, you on here? Want to blow up my phone with Georgia Law? Yeah, blow it up now. Call me now, bro.
No, I
Big
think
Bo,
I
man.
actually think Denver's actually a pretty good football team, though, bro.
Denver
They are.
I think
stinks,
they
but
over.
Bo Dallas
I think they
got
over.
us.
I think they defense. I think they defense is a little. It's slightly overrated.
Yeah, they
The whole
overachieved.
team is overrated.
Yeah.
They stink,
I-
but Bo Dallas got my back right now.
You done called him Bo Dallas.
Bo Dallas, baby. Pay the man.
Bo leave, huh?
Big Bo, not the little one.
Nah, but I think Cincinnati would definitely make it a more entertaining playoffs, though. If I'm being unbiased, for sure,
Yeah, they will.
for
I
sure,
don't.
for sure.
I don't. Because the entertainment value is having my team with the 4th overall pick, who stinks, who coach about to get fired, is the reason they sitting at home. Because we came down here,
Beautiful. It's
put
beautiful.
belts
It's
to ass,
beautiful.
and went on back to New England eating our clam
It's
chowder.
beautiful. It's beautiful. Trust
All
me, I
that
got some.
skyline ain't do nothing.
After this game is over, I definitely got something for some folks, and then I'm gonna leave them alone.
I ain't leaving them alone. I ain't doing it.
And then I'm gonna leave them alone. But I got something. But because they're not bad, bro. They're not a bad football team. I actually think
They're not
they got
good.
some good pieces, bro.
They don't.
They got some good pieces.
They don't. They got Surtain.
They got Sertan. I like the kid that they had like 10 and a half. They got like 11 sacks this year. Solid football player off the edge. I forgot his name. He's pretty good.
You forgot his name, but he's solid.
Now the white boy that they got
I was
at
about to say
secondary,
they have a white
Jaden,
corner. I have no.
yeah,
they have a
he's
white corner. There's nothing I need to say more. That's what I was trying to
Hey,
get to. They have a
I'm not,
white corner.
I'm not touching that.
I am. They have a white corner. He
I'm
ain't got
not
that extra
touching
leg muscle
His
in
views
his
do
legs.
his views do not reflect this podcast.
He ain't got that extra leg
You
muscle.
try
They
to
got a white
you
corner.
try to get MAGA to cancel us, bro.
Hey man, ever since
No.
we put on hats, Caston went 1-7 since that hat was on prime time. But that's neither here nor there.
No, but don't Philly got a white corner too, right? The Zeus, whatever his name is, DeJean.
Yeah, DeJean.
Yeah, DeJean. He's solid.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
they surrounded him with cats from the hood.
Yeah, they're extremely coached well. They're extremely coached well, Don. Very well coached on defense,
Man,
especially.
they got a white corner and they rely on him.
I mean,
They
T.
rely
Higgins
on
on.
him.
I mean, what? I mean, he's obviously played well most of the year. I haven't seen a lot of Denver, but what I've seen when they played, they've been a pretty good, a pretty solid defense, and their offense is solid. They play
But
good
this is the
complementary
same
football.
Denver team that y'all say ain't bad who wanted they DC fired. And now look at them. Guess what happens when you give people time and they don't have as many injuries as other teams?
I mean, but Vance, they wanted Vance. I don't remember nobody wanted Vance fired as a head coach. Yeah, as a head coach for sure.
They wanted him gone as the DC too.
I don't ever remember anybody asking for him to be fired as a DC. Vance. His record speaks for itself as a DC.
It's casting a group who said it. I ain't gotta go through it.
Say them names. Drop them names.
The Denver Bronco fans, the horsepower nation, whatever the hell they call it. I'm a fan of them today, so I'm not about to do all that with them today.
Horsepower nation.
But they got a white corner. I'm not about to do this.
How big of a postseason is this for your boy Justin Herbert?
What you mean?
Does he need to at least win a playoff game this year? I mean, at the very least.
For what?
Who will be their first round matchup?
Yeah, I want to say it's they could potentially play
the
Houston.
Texans.
Yep, CJ.
Oh yeah, they're gonna win that one. Texas fell apart. I don't know what the fuck happened to them. They just
Offensive line, receivers went down.
They shit fell apart. They definitely gonna win that one.
Oh wow, offensive line, huh?
I said offensive line was bad before the season. Don't do that.
Made the playoffs again though.
You said that
also lost
year.
a linebacker who had 100+ tackles, but
all right,
these
baby.
things matter.
All right, baby. But so Justin don't need to do nothing. He can't. If he lose to the Texans, he don't get nothing. He don't get no type of criticism. Because I mean, he did blow that lead in Jacksonville, right? When they like up 27-3 or something.
In order to blow a lead, you have to have one.
No. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that.
So the defense stunk it up.
We're not gonna do that, bro. You can't give up a lead like that and just go unscathed. What do you have Justin Herbert right now in your top quarterbacks? You top 5, top 10, where?
Top 5. First of all, there's a reason why they gave up their lead, and that person had got fired.
That's another. By the way, that's another player that lost quite a bit this year, and his team is in the playoffs. But I ain't.
Who lost quite a bit?
Justin.
Yeah,
he lost.
He lost his two number one
top receivers and his number 1 running back.
Yeah,
Austin Eckler. Yeah, he lost quite a bit.
Yeah,
but
and still
because they paid him. But
and they had a joke of a coach making bad cap decisions.
You can let the cap go, bro. It's always the coach, bro. Yeah, the defense. Yeah, bro, that game. I thought that game was over. That's how bad that game. I think I actually went to sleep. But he beat him, and we low on Trevor, right? Trevor got more playoff wins than him. That can't be a thing, right?
Trevor has more playoff wins than him. He had year 1 Doug Peterson.
Justin gonna win. He gonna win the playoff game this year.
But
if he don't,
we got an Eagles fan on here. He's got year 1 Peterson. Year 1 Peterson, great. Year 2 Peterson, fired.
If he don't win, Justin got to start to hear some noise, bro. Especially if you got him top 5. Even I don't have him top
5. Well, you don't have Burrow top 5, so I don't think people listen to you at this point.
I do. I got Joe 5th. I got him right at 5.
Who you got ahead of Joe Burrow?
Yeah.
I have Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Josh
Patrick
Allen.
didn't make the Pro Bowl, but you said the Pro Bowl was so important. But
I never said, bro, talking circles. Josh Allen, and then Matthew Stafford is at 4.
I don't know about Josh Allen. I don't know about Allen and Stafford, bro.
I don't know about Allen, bro.
I don't know about Josh Allen, bro.
Y'all disrespect for Josh Allen needs to stop.
What has Josh
before
Allen
the season,
done?
both of y'all told me before the season started.
Chris, that's a question that I'm trying to figure out the answer to.
I'm going here. Both of y'all said before the season started, y'all would take Aaron Rodgers over Josh Allen. Y'all not letting y'all off the hook with this, bro.
What has Josh Allen done, bro?
Nothing.
What has he done? He's a fantastic football player.
What has he even just what has he done to deserve to be in a conversation with Joe Burrow? Is an AFC champion. Let me just call it that. AFC champion. He's gotten to the Super Bowl. Cool.
We go on LeBron status right now, huh? That's what we're doing. We giving credit for AFC championship games.
For purposes of this conversation, I'm gonna talk about all the quarterbacks who have actually accomplished something that's accomplished, regardless.
Something. Just anything.
Mahomes is Mahomes. Okay, we know who that is. Lamar is Lamar. We know who that is. Jalen Hurts and Joe Burrow are pretty much in the same category.
They both went to the Super Bowl.
Can I tell you what Josh Allen has done and Joe Burrow has not done?
What?
He's made multiple All-Pros. Joe Burrow has never been All-Pro.
Okay, that's fair.
Good. So the people in the media who've never played football voted for him. Cool. Got it.
I mean, he's never been an All-Pro.
People in the media who've never played football voted for him. Cool.
There's guys in the media who have votes. Dan Orlovsky is one has a vote.
Well, Joe, let's count this. Joe's getting one.
The guy with the worst play in NFL history.
Is he? Is he getting All-Pro this year?
Joe Burrow?
Yeah, it's only two All-Pro stats, slots. Are you putting Joe Burrow ahead of Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson, who are both probably 1 and 2 for the league MVP right now?
Lamar Jackson and Joe Burrow will be getting All-Pro spots, bro. Patrick Mahomes is having a down year.
I'm not worried about Mahomes. I'm talking Josh Allen. There's no way in hell you giving if Josh Allen wins league MVP. There's no way he can win league MVP and not be first team all pro at all, first or second team.
I didn't get to address this because I said this, and I don't think we ever did the show. I said it before. Josh Allen or Patrick Mahomes is who the white media wants Josh Allen to be, bro.
Yep.
They want that man to be Patrick Mahomes so bad. Ever since he came into the league, He's been in conversations with Patrick Mahomes. Who's better? Why? He's done nothing. He consistently loses to Burrow. He consistently loses to Patrick Mahomes. What do? You turn the ball. This is arguably the best year that man has had. And this year has been, if you look at his stats, it's been pretty mid. As a quarterback.
I know his stats have been mid.
As a quarterback.
You're talking about a guy who's accounted for over 40 touchdowns for 3 straight seasons, bro.
As a quarterback. I'm not talking about his running stats. I'm not talking about rushing. I'm talking about as a quarterback, throwing the ball. The guy that they call a running back coming out of college, Lamar Jackson, has had a better passing season than Josh Allen this year.
Preach, brother.
But
this year. Okay. This year. But overall, I'm pretty sure Josh Allen's passing stats are a whole lot better outside of the interceptions. Outside of the interceptions.
Don't you have to pass to throw an interception? How do you just take that out?
I'm talking about touchdowns and yards. Touchdowns and yards. His numbers are better than Lamar Jackson.
This season?
So was it an interception?
No. I'm just talking about overall. They both basically came.
Oh yeah, no. I'm talking about this year. When we're talking about all pros and MVP.
This year, Lamar Jackson. I'm not taking him out for Lamar Jackson. I'm taking him out for Joe Burrow because I believe Josh Allen has earned the right to be an all-pro, considering the fact his team is going to the playoffs.
What? Okay, now, what has earned him the right? We're getting back to that question. He has less passing touchdowns than Joe Burrow, less than Lamar Jackson.
Here's your stats. You always complain about stats. Now you're bringing up stats. Well, I'm talking impact. I'm talking impact for Josh. I'm talking impact. Mind you, we always like to allow rushing in for Lamar Jackson. This is the first year we don't care about his rushing yards. This is the first year that we can just say, okay, just look at the passing yards. If you bring the rushing stats in, Josh Allen has 13 touchdowns on the ground. He's 13 touchdowns on the ground. He's accounted for over 40 touchdowns this year, which is right there, which puts him right there with both Lamar Jackson and Joe Burrow in their total touchdowns. Joe's at 45, Josh Allen is at 41, and Lamar's at 43.
I wonder what Jalen Hurts said. Because Jalen Hurts probably about 20.
The thing is, okay, I'm glad you mentioned Jalen Hurts. So we yell at Jalen Hurts for getting 1-yard touchdowns, but when Josh Allen does it, he's mobile. Make it make sense.
That's all I'm saying. It's the media narrative, bro. It's the media narrative, bro.
Nobody yells at Jalen Hurts
because Josh Allen gets a bunch of QB sneak touchdowns. It's cool. Jalen Hurts does it. We talk about tush push and all that. Well, what do we call him? The magma push? I don't know.
I don't bring that up.
Yeah, you don't bring it up. That's why I was saying it's just the media.
It's
narrative,
the media.
They want that man.
The question still hasn't been answered. What has Josh Allen done?
Okay, so because I just named the fact that he has the guys that he just lost on defense, guys he just lost on offense. A lot of people, especially even on this podcast.
Well, Burrow lost to all.
Okay.
Pretty sure Burrow lost to all Pro Bowl running back.
Joe Mixon was that big of a loss? I don't think it was.
We just naming names of people who got lost.
I think it was, bro. Because if you put that Joe
Davis
Mixon
is not a big loss, but we named him as if he was a huge loss.
His stats, Chase, you just brought up Chase Brown. Chase Brown's stats are comparable to Joe Mixon this year.
I think Joe Mixon had a way better season. Well, Joe Mixon had a way better season if he played this year.
I don't. Here's the reason why. Here's the reason why I say that Joe Mixon. I don't think Joe Mixon will have a better season. Because the way they run the football in Cincinnati is specifically out of the shotgun. They run the football it's a lot of zone read. That's not what Joe Mixon likes to do. As y'all said, they've tailored this offense around Joe Burrow. There's not a lot of under center. There's not a lot of under.
They don't have under center back.
Cincinnati. Well, but that's my point. Okay. So to sit up there and say, so that's what I'm saying. I don't think Joe Mixon means as much to Cincinnati as he has to Houston this year. I can't sit up there and say if they still had Joe Mixon, he'd have the same impact in Cincinnati because they don't use him the same way that he's been used in Houston.
But I'm just saying, you name it. You just for Allen is he lost this person, but when Joe Burrow loses a person,
okay, you name Joe Mixon. Who else did they lose on offense?
They lost to tight end. Tyler Boyd. That's what it was.
Okay, that's a good one. Okay.
Isn't he the all-time receptions leader in Cincinnati?
No.
Close to it.
That would be
I think the
AJ.
AJ Green. Yeah, the AJ
That would
Green.
be AJ Green.
I think
That
AJ
would be
Green
AJ.
yards.
No, that would receptions. That would
It
be
might
AJ
be.
Green.
I mean they ruined my dog, so I stopped keeping them. That's for another day.
We've been on here 2 hours, bro. I gotta get off.
Yeah, my shit about to die.
Yeah, I gotta get off. But we can we can get it we can do it again on Tuesday. Y'all free?
So
Should be.
just let me know.
Glad Chris got on. I'm glad Chris got on, bro. He shocked me.
Yeah.
Had to jump on here real quick, man. I'm snowed
But
in.
we're gonna try to get it on and get it in again on Tuesday. Thanks for everybody for tuning in. Share, like the page. Anybody got anything?
Nope.
Go Pats, go.
Josh Allen don't deserve the MVP this year.
Big Bo, not the little one.
I wish I could stay on. All right,
Bo Dollars.
we out.